everybody. Welcome to Mind Your Health podcast with Dr. Connie. Welcome for this week's episode on one essential ingredient for healing that most of you guys are missing. And you will be surprised when I tell you what it is, because our focus is so much about what others can provide for us. And we're looking for solutions outside of us all the time. And I have a little puppy here. Sorry about that. See? Okay. So what happens is when we get overwhelmed with symptoms of autoimmunity, most of us end up seeking for answers from outside of us. We want something tangible, something quick. We're desperate, something to implement, to do right away so we can get rid of the pain. Because pain is the one thing that we all experience in one form or another. For some of us, it's medications for quick fix. For others, it's the diet or supplements and or massage, acupuncture, chiropractic, whatever your domain is, whatever you believe is working for you. But in most cases, the inflammation that drives our autoimmune symptoms typically causes pain all over the body, like I said. We all have varying degrees and intensity of pain, and the experience of pain can sometimes be debilitating, or it can be just minor aches and pains that you can ignore. No matter the severity of your symptoms, it's important to remember that a quick fix approach typically is the medication that tend to mask the symptoms versus getting to the root of the issue. So what exactly is the root cause of autoimmunity? Well, there are many theories on the cause. In conventional realm or conventional medical system, the culprit is considered idiopathic, which means they have no idea what triggered it. Something triggered the immune system. They only work from a place of pathology. What happens now? How do we solve this symptom, right? But in holistic medicine, there are many root causes, which include dysbiosis, that's an imbalance of your bacteria in your gut permeability, leaky gut, toxic exposure like lead, heavy metals, or any type in air, food, mold, chemicals in cleaning supplies, or even our makeup. And then diet, lifestyle, and just life stress, etc. They both have or try to address the symptoms, but they forget the most obvious and practical ingredient to your wellness and health. And that is you. How you respond to life with all its joy and pain, trauma, relationships, finances, career, etc., all contribute to your autoimmunity. While you can follow a prescribed diet and take meds or supplements, unless you address the root cause issue that's perpetuating the symptoms of autoimmunity, you'll only find yourself wasting time or only marginally better at best. The truth is that most of us don't know how to take care of our bodies. We tend to look outside of ourselves for recommendations and prescriptions based on theory or others' experience. We want to trust that blindly as opposed to really leaning into what our bodies are telling us that it needs. And unless you are able to master your own mind and body, it doesn't really matter what you implement or apply in your life, because you're going to need a solution for yourself, for life. So it's almost as if you need to learn how to fish now, as opposed to waiting for the fish to give in to you, right? And that's the life with autoimmunity, because it will only provide you with marginal results at best. Because most of us are conditioned to believe, think, and feel in a certain way. And that certain way was never something that you chose for yourself, and you also didn't get to question it. You've adapted and applied whatever was believed to be appropriate for you, never considering your options. It was usually given to you by your caregivers, like your parents, your teachers, or authority figures in your life. The choice was already made, and you were swayed by the ways of the world. So what does this matter, or why does this matter to you? Well, because the key ingredient that you're missing is you when it comes to healing from your autoimmunity. Most autoimmune patients, including myself, believe the solutions are outside of ourselves. And I believe this for as long as I can remember. We often dismiss the struggles and obstacles that stem out of our lives that involve our close relationships, finances, and our own health and our relationship with our own health. And that is the culprit. And yet we're looking for other people to figure it out, not knowing that our existence, us, and how we respond to our stressors in life is ultimately what matters the most. So imagine your house is flooded, and every time it floods the house, you keep busy sweeping up the flooded water only to find the floors are flooded over and over again. Over time, you realize there are damages all around you because of the flooding all around. And unless you fix the leak somewhere that is creating the problem, you know that you're going to end up with a bigger problem. Finally, you search within the house for a leak and seal the leak, and you don't have a problem anymore. And you can't believe how easy that was. And the act of sweeping up the flood is the Band-Aid approach of meds, diet, and supplements. We all look for that perfect supplement formulation. We all look for that magical pill or a magical diet that's going to work for us. And we expect that to be figured out by none other than anybody else except ourselves. But the only person who can figure that out is ourselves, because the signals from our body to our brain is only given in that one direction. There is no doctor that's going to know more than you about how your body handles certain types of foods, what it can or cannot take, or what it's sensitive to. So we must address the source of the issue. And for us, it's not always so obvious, and that's okay. But we're conditioned to believe when we have symptoms, we go to the doctors to fix them. That's the social norm, and that's just what we do without a question, especially when it comes to autoimmunity, because you don't know, all of a sudden you have this pathology, you have an illness, a disease. And so you're questioning everything, but you do not trust yourself because you act out of fear. Many of you are likely nodding with your heads yes, but let me ask you, how do you know if your doctor knows how to fix you? They don't know the struggles in your life, the frequent fights perhaps with your spouse, the frustration you face with your parents or your children, the impatience and anxiety that you feel constantly at work, and how you're still mourning the loss of self since having symptoms of autoimmunity, because nothing's the same anymore. In fact, they don't ask you such questions. They are hyper-focused on the symptoms and what the solution for that symptom might be based on theoretical understanding that they have from what? From textbooks, not in real life experience. The very structure of the system is designed by design, focused on solving your problems or symptoms as it perpetuates your need, as this creates the demand for their services, which increases ultimately profitability. Sick patients are profit centers for the sick care system. In fact, it's misleading to call it healthcare. All physicians are taught pathology and disease in medical school. They are not taught health and wellness. Why is that? That's not what they do. They're professionals that treat disease and illness. So the best advice I can give you from living with autoimmunity for over 22 years and treating autoimmune patients for over 2 decades is that you must focus on you. You must work towards health by aligning yourself with the truth of who you are and find yourself in the process. It sounds so cliche, but ultimately, that's what autoimmunity is all about. Now you have autoimmunity, so what are you going to do? It's not something that we do is the reason why so many of us suffer with mental stress, such as anxiety and depression. When we live a lie, we can't expect health. So psychosomatic effect is real. This is where your mental health affects your physiology. Your body has the ultimate pharmacy that can produce within the necessary chemicals that you need at all times in perfect amounts, perfect dosages. It's when we disrupt the harmony within by living a lie that our body begins to decline. And when such decline happens, as I said, we seek answers from outside of us, which further creates an imbalance. I hope you're seeing how everything is connected. So if you really resonated with this, and I hope you did, because it's finally time for us to look within, because you're the ultimate healer for your own autoimmunity. There is nobody who's going to do this better than you. So I want to personally invite you to join me for a free 3-part training on how to feel better fast by getting rid of pain and boost energy so you can thrive in your life despite your autoimmunity on April 7th, 2022. That's in a few weeks. It starts on a Thursday. And I plan to go over everything that you need to boost your energy and get rid of pain fast and have everything be in your control. Because I learned when I have flares with autoimmunity and it's outside of my control sometimes, despite my impeccable diet and all the functional medicine and holistic interventions. So I get baffled sometimes, but sometimes I have to look within, look in the mirror to figure out exactly what's going on. And that's the only way I can really show you how to find the answers from within. Gone are the times where we can expect the practitioner to show through and know exactly what we can do. We can make marginal shifts at best with their analytical or their understanding, theoretical understanding of autoimmunity, but nobody understands your autoimmunity better than you as far as the symptoms are concerned and what the solutions might be. So I want you to click the link below and join me for this special free 3-part training. You will not regret it. I'm going to have you really experience how you can shift quick and do things to get rid of pain fast and boost energy. 2 most essential things that really, really hits all autoimmune patients at some time in their life with autoimmunity. And I would just want to thank you so much for watching. It means everything to me. So it would mean so much if you can just click subscribe on our podcast, Mind Your Health, as well as to like us and follow us on Instagram at Dr. Connie Chung. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the training as well as to see you on our next episode next week. Thanks. Bye for now.